You guys see that? Look at that. Sliced it right open. There's a baby in here. It's going to be coming out into the world for the first time ever. So a little bit about Argentine black and white tegus. I own their parents. They're outside. I keep them outdoors during the warmer months in Texas. So I put them outside in the spring and I bring them back in the fall, where they spend the winter brumating, sleeping inside of a room that I keep at about 50 degrees to 55 degrees. So this is a product of a pairing that we did with Thor and another female called Scar. And in the wild, these guys would be in a above ground nest. They're like, they build a nest kind of like a alligator or a crocodile would. And it's really cool. I love the maternal instincts that the tegus have, and the mother will actually guard the nest and protect the babies when they're eggs and after they hatch. And when they're small like this, the babies will actually hang around the nest and the mother will protect it. Pretty amazing. I don't know what it is about maternal or paternal instincts in animals, but especially reptiles, that just I'm in awe of. Like just watching how alligators and crocodiles will take care of their babies, even put them in their mouths, just is amazing to me. And it's part of the reasons why I work with tegus. I love the maternal instincts, but we do bring the eggs in to incubate them. They would not make it outside. We've got, or at least it would, not all of them would make it. Most of them probably would not make it. We have fire ants. There's lots of things that can cause harm to the eggs. So we bring them in, artificially incubate them, and they do a good job at tickling each other, which is running all over the eggs, tickling them, getting the babies to come out. But you see there's one egg in here, some spots down here on it, but there's one egg left in this box that is not emptied out. Wait, no, oh yeah, just one. So you can see they use their egg tooth. It's a little tooth on the end of their nose that they have. It falls off after they shed for the first time, but they use that little egg tooth. They cut their way out of the egg. They absorb a yolk. They have an umbilical cord. It's amazing. But there's might be one baby. Sometimes there's an issue and a reason why it didn't hatch out. But so what I'm doing, I'm mimicking what the siblings do. They run all over the eggs. You see how they're moving all around? So I'm just running all over the egg. You guys see that? Look at that. Sliced it right open. There's a baby in here. It's going to be coming out into the world for the first time ever. Look at that, you guys. Look at the pattern on this baby. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, what a privilege. Before I did this, I watched videos of people doing this, and I said, I'm going to do that with my life. I am going to tickle out a baby tegu, and now I think I've done it to maybe around 1,000 babies at this point. And it's incredible. I absolutely love it. Look at that. Gone out of the egg. Almost completely empty. There's no, yeah, that baby completely absorbed the yolk. That's what you want to see. Just a little bit of fluid in there. It's kind of gross, but you get used to it. But look at all of them, how they're sliced open like that. It's amazing how they get out of the egg. And then that one it took off. It joined the rest of the pack. Let me bring a couple babies up close for you guys. Argentine black and white tegus. Adults get about 4 foot long. Both of their parents are about 4 foot. The dad is a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. The males get these big jowls, big fat heads, and the females are typically a little bit more slender. These guys make amazing pets. Look at that tongue flick. I love that. Oh, in sync tongue flicks. Let's see if we can get some. So what they're doing right now, they're tongue flicking. Reptiles, some reptiles, tegus, have I believe it's called a Jacobson organ, and what it does is it picks up particles in the air, the tongue does, and it brings it back into their mouth, and that organ helps tell them what it is that they're smelling, I believe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know more than that, but pretty amazing. These guys hatching out little tiny babies, but they grow fast. In a year, some of these guys will be over 10 pounds. That'll definitely be on the large ends. You can grow them quickly. You can grow them a little bit more slowly. So I've done it both ways. Both of them work. They really do. Both ways work. You have to be careful with tegus not to overfeed them. But when they're babies like this, you can kind of, at least for the first few months, let them eat as much as they want. We feed them insects. We feed them fruit. They love berries. We make a meat mix that has lots of different things in it, ground up, and they do really well on that. I will start feeding these guys tomorrow. So they usually start eating. So what they're going to do is I'll put them in their enclosure, and they are all going to have a bowel movement. And after that bowel movement, some of them before, but typically once they have that bowel movement, they pass that stool from absorbing their yolk. Look at this. This is the one that just hatched out. Beautiful colors. Look at that. So after they have that bowel movement, usually after 24 hours, then I feed them, and they all typically take food. Look at his coloring since he just hatched out. Really amazing coloring on this guy. Look at him checking everything out. He's sniffing my finger. He's like, what is that? He's seriously checking out my hand. These guys are super intelligent. Tegus are really smart. Another reason why I just absolutely love working with them. Look at that. I love it. Let's see. And, you know, I'm moving slow. I don't want to scare these guys. This is their first interaction with anyone or anything. This is all they know so far about this world, is what they know instinctually and what they see and what they're sensing right now. And I want to show them that I don't mean any harm. And while they're here with me for the next couple weeks before I start shipping them out to anyone who purchased them, which my link is in the description, RoseCityReptilesTX.com. You guys can go check it out. But while I have them here, my goal is to just introduce them to humans and let that first interaction be a good one, because that's what I want for them. So some of them I see, they seem thirsty actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get them all out of this box. I see them. There's a little one over here licking up some fluid. I had some water in the box because I washed it out, but I'm gonna go ahead, get a pitcher of water back. We're gonna just put a little bit of water in here. These guys can drown, so you wanna be careful with that. I have a tankless water heater. See this little one right here? Drinking a lot. That's probably one of the smallest ones in here, and that's the one I saw getting a drink. So you gotta just always be watching, observing your animals. And these guys are thirsty. They got a little thirsty in the incubator. They've been in there. I saw them hatching out just few hours ago, and I let them kind of tickle each other out of the eggs, and here we are. So it's always good to offer fresh water. That's the most important thing. Okay, so I'm actually going to give these guys a little bit more time in the incubator. So I have some sphagnum moss. I put some warm water in there with it, so I made it nice and damp. But I want to give these guys just a little bit more time to acclimate, being out of the egg, to get hydrated. That's why I got that wet sphagnum moss in there. And then tomorrow I will get them and their siblings. They have a bunch of siblings. This is only half of the clutch here. So I don't think I mentioned that. This is only half the clutch. The other clutch hatched a little bit later. They're hatching right now. So by the morning they'll all be hatched out. Where's the lid? Gotta find the lid. There's a lid, not the same lid, but yeah, so all their siblings will be hatched out tomorrow. So if you guys want to see them and all the babies be put away into their enclosures, see what we're going to raise them in, then make sure you subscribe, because that video is coming out in just a couple days.